And I think we have Stan Lee on the phone from the Dickies. So we will be getting to that shortly. And I'm sure you can hear the Reverend yapping in the background. Let's see what we got going on.
Oh, that's a great one. Okay.
Yes, we do indeed have Stan Lee on the phone. Hold on 1 second.
Stan Lee is on the phone. Thank you, Sister Tracy, for... sorry. Stan is on the phone. Let's go ahead and bring him up. And just cross your fingers that this works, please. If not, I've got other ways. Stan Lee, how are you, man?
Hello?
Hi, Stan. How you doing?
All right. Now you sound like far away, like in a cave.
Is this better now, man?
Nah, not much.
Oh, boy. Sorry about that. We have some issues once in a while. I'll try to talk.
Make it like it was right when you picked up?
Well, that was when we were on the phone before I put you on our system, but I'm working with it as we speak, my friend.
Wait a minute. All right. I think I can get along with that.
Awesome. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much. We're big fans of the Dickies, and we appreciate your time, man.
Okay, cool. I'm just back from a Pokémon hunt.
Really? People are still doing that.
Just made it.
Did you find any? Did you find any Pokémon?
I didn't think the weekend can get any better, and then I hit a Lapras, and that's like the Holy Grail.
Nice.
So this weekend can't get much better.
Well, that is pretty cool. I never would have thought Stan Lee would be out hunting Pokemon, but somehow that makes me happy.
Tell me about it. Not half as much as it makes me.
Right? Hey, man.
Yeah.
How did that top your night last night when you played at the observatory in California with Jello Biafra and Reverend Horton Heat?
What was the question about?
How was that show last night?
Oh, it was off the chains.
Wow.
It was like total positive energy. I've never seen the Reverend before, and I'm like, we got the call, and he asked us to do it, and I went, rockabilly? How does that work? I went, we've done Ink and Iron. What the hell? We'll see. And it was just such a positive rush. We picked up a bunch of new fans, and, it just totally worked.
Yeah, if you can play Ink and Iron, you can pretty much probably play anywhere.
Yeah, they were super cool band.
I wish I could have been there.
Guys.
We've had Reverend Horton Heat on the show before, and I think we'll try to get him again because, man, I love that guy. Were you impressed?
Yeah, he was totally cool. He summoned me for a meeting to meet me. It was pretty cool. It's like, the Reverend wants to meet you. And I'm like, well, okay.
That's pretty cool, man.
So, yeah, we might line up some dates with them.
I was looking on the internet the other day to kind of divert from Dickies talk just for a second. I was looking on YouTube and I saw a video of you jamming before Quiet Riot with Kevin Dubrow from Quiet Riot. What's the story?
Oh, okay. There's a story there. Kevin got me to start to play guitar at about maybe 18 years old. He wanted to be a pop star, and I'm like, that's a little too old to start. I tried to start at like 15. And I couldn't squeeze a chord together. And then he just, he said, well, you like Steve Marriott, right? And I went, yeah. He jumps up and down, and he's just playing open chords, and he's having a great time. He said, well. And then he said Eric Clapton started at 18. And to this day, I don't know if he made that up or not, to get me into it. But this guy from a band called The Quick, Steve Hufstetter, had a lot of time on his hands. And he would come over, and he'd show me some stuff, and... Then I just got lucky because 3 months after that, punk started, and he said, you know what? Forget trying to be Jeff Beck. You can be a technician right now in punk rock. And we'd listen to like Ramones and stuff and The Clash, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that right now. So it was just a great timing situation.
So let me ask you this. After that incident with you and him, did he meet Randy Rhoads after that or something?
Yeah. Yeah, and Randy was so good, it was like, and he wanted to, play metal stuff, and I'm like, I got the punk bug, and so it just really worked for me to go that way. But yeah, I knew Randy. He showed me some stuff. He gave me a guitar early on.
Wow, do you still have it?
I really liked his old black SG I ended up with, and we'd sit by the pool at my parents' house, and he'd show me some stuff. He showed me how to do octaves and
that's pretty cool.
A few other things.
Impressive.
So, yeah, some good memories. So, yeah, I had two great guitar players showing me stuff right off right out of the gate.
So, you know, a lot of folks don't know, but you were one of the very first California punk bands to be signed to a major record label, correct?
You know, we might be the first and only. Did anyone else? I don't know.
Good question.
Definitely from L.A., yeah.
So A&M Records, how long were you with that label?
2 albums.
Okay. The Incredible Shrinking Dickies, correct, was one of them?
Yeah, that was the first thing.
And then Dawn of the Dickies?
Our best record.
Yes, and then, of course, Stukas Over Disneyland, which was a different label.
Right. Then what? Idiot Savant and Puppet Stew. I don't know. There's a whole string of them.
Hey, how's Leonard doing these days? You're singer of the Dickies.
He's doing pretty good.
Health-wise, doing okay, huh?
Say again?
His health is all good and all that good stuff?
Yeah, he got some kidney problem when we were 5 days into a tour last summer, and he started screaming in the in the van, and we had to pull over and stop at a hospital in somewhere in some town called Luton, I think, near London, and they admitted him, and he never came back. So we're sitting here. The next day we had to play Rebellion. And we were stuck like, I don't know, 10 grand in T-shirts and airplane tickets, right? And he calls me in the hotel I was at. He says, hey, can you soldier on without me? We're like stuck all this money. What do you mean? Go play without you? What are you talking about? No, right? I ain't doing it. And he says, yeah, you know, the merch guy, he can sing a couple songs, and maybe you can gather some guys, and I don't know. And then I said, you know, this is like Rebellion. We're headlining Rebellion that night.
Wow.
So I didn't know what to do, so I walk out there, and we're playing opposite the Descendants. I thought they'd get all the action, but I look up, and there's 3,000 people. This, you know, totally filled the stage we were playing.
No singer.
So, yeah, no singer. So we started playing. We did Rondo, the Midget's Revenge off Incredible Shrinking, and I just had my head down. Played the song and got a great applause, and then we called. Blag was helping us out on a couple songs. I think he came out first from the Dwarves.
Yeah, I know Blag.
He did a couple songs, and I thought nobody's going to hang out for this, right? I look up, and the crowd is just going ape shit. They just like had our back. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was really. My eyes started welling up with tears. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Sorry to let that word get out of my mouth.
Thank you, Stan.
But yeah, it was nuts.
They went
so
eight.
Then, yeah, the show just went great, and we just soldiered on. It was crazy. It was like, I won't do it again. But that time, I don't know if it was a sympathy tour or what, but maybe 8 people returned tickets on the whole tour.
Oh,
it
wow.
was like every room was great. And the band was really firing on all cylinders. We got like really good players now, and everyone's getting along, and it was just a good vibe.
Nice. So how often do the Dickies play these days?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't like keep track of it. You know, we just get offers, we take them or we don't, and we've been pretty busy.
That's cool. Tell me about punk rock karaoke.
That's another thing. It's keeping me totally busy. That's a band that Greg Hetson started with Eric Melvin from NoFX.
Okay.
And there was some, as the story goes, in '96, there was some restaurant owner that wanted a gig done and asked Greg if he had a band. And I think he called Eric, and they did this thing where they did covers of punk tunes, and it was like a karaoke thing where other singers would come up or other people, and they'd sing the tunes. So now it's gotten to a point where, you know, we get asked to do this all over the world. It's crazy. We're doing the Salty Dog Tour with NoFX and Flogging Molly in March.
Nice.
And we go out there and we put a list of all the hits, like, and we got them down pretty solid now. And they called me and asked if I'd be interested in doing it. And I'm like, do you do Sonic Reducer? And they said, yeah. I said, all right, I don't even understand what it is, but I'm in. Because I like the guys.
Yeah.
And then they sent me a list of 50 songs, and I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
I've never even heard the Descendants or the Misfits. You know, it was like, I had no idea what I signed up for.
They wanted you to be a human karaoke guy.
Yeah, and I've grown to love these bands. I thought, God, the Misfits, that's a terrible sounding record, but it's so charming.
So you'd never heard the Misfits until when?
No, because the record sounded so bad, but now it's just, I think it's great because the songs are so great.
What a trip.
And, yeah, Danzig, that whole thing, it just got by me because I was a sound snob, I guess.
I guess it happens, though. You find things later on and go, how did I miss this? Whatever.
Yeah, now it's, it stands up today, not because of the sound. It still sounds the same, but it's, the songs are just really great.
Well, we posted your photo on the Facebook page to promote the show tonight. You were playing your Spider-Man SG. Do you still have that guitar?
I do. It's retired.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, last time I brought it to somewhere, the headstock broke off, and it was like the guy that fixed it for me, a guy named Eric, and Eric, the guitar repair guy, fantastic guitar mechanic. And he brought it up to speed, but he said, hey, you take it on another airplane, you're on your own. I cannot fix it again there, in that spot. So if it breaks off, you want to play it around L.A. or local or in a car, great, but I would retire it.
Yeah.
So I only bring it out for special occasions.
A lot of people that aren't, as big of a Dickies fan as say we are, they might not know that you guys wrote and performed the music for the horror film Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
We did the title track, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. We picked up a lot of new people from that.
Oh, as far as fans?
Yeah, kind of a B-movie cult classic.
And also, you had a pretty popular single, a top 10 single in the UK with the Banana Splits theme song. Were you guys fans of that show when that was on the air originally?
Yeah, fans of the show when we were kids, but that was a song that wasn't even meant to happen, really. It was like it never made the album. It was a total throwaway thing that our manager, John Hewlett at the time, who played in a band called John's Children, he caught my attention because he came and saw us, and he was managing Sparks, and I thought Sparks was great, and he wanted to manage us, so he's just kind of this weird little English guy.
Huh.
And he took us in the studio, and that was just like an afterthought. And all of a sudden, he brought it to A&M, and they put it out and went to number 3. It's like, what?
Nice.
Just crazy. It's one of those, those songs that you hear about that it seems that it happens a lot.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, it's the song that won't go away.
Right.
I still don't think it's one of our better tunes, but it's the favorite one of most.
And a lot of folks don't know that you guys formed in early '77 after you saw the Damned on their first American tour. Is that right?
Yeah.
You guys must have been pretty impressed by the Damned.
Well, I heard the Ramones record, and I thought they were like college kids that were just, doing it as a joke or something. And I, hearing a new sound like that, you just don't know what to make of it. Never heard anything like it, but I found myself, cleaning up the bedroom and humming along and, singing Beat on the Brat in my head. Wait, there's something happening here. I don't know what this is, but it's a pretty cool thing going on.
Did you get to
play?
play?
I went and saw the Damned, and that was it. The next day, I was in the recycler.
Wow.
Looking for a singer.
Wow. So you started the band first and foremost, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get to play with the Ramones often?
Yeah, we did some tours with them.
Wow. Did you become friends with any of those guys?
Yeah, I'd go to the movies with Joey and out to dinner, and when he'd come to town, or I'd go to New York, I'd see him, and we always played together when we could.
Yeah, you guys.
Joey was always really he like when they quit, he said, "You guys got to carry the torch now," and it was a pretty sweet thing to say.
Wow, yeah, I miss that guy. I was on the air broadcasting in Illinois when he died, and I actually started crying on the air when I found out about it.
Oh, yeah, it felt like getting socked in the stomach. I was in New York when it happened.
Oh, yeah?
And I think it was Jesse Mallon came up to me in the street and said, yeah, he said it's going to go down soon, and Bono's talking to him on the phone, and I'm like, what? And then the next day it was done.
Wow, man. Well, long live Joey Ramone for sure, man.
Yeah, I just went and visited his grave and got a tear in my eye over it.
Nice. Well, he was such an inspirational cat in so many ways, man, you know?
It's just the best voice in
Rock and
the
roll.
genre,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
For sure. So what is the future for the Dickies? Are you guys going to just keep playing until it doesn't feel right?
Until what?
Until you're done or until you decide you're too old, or are you just going to rock out till you die?
I couldn't tell you that. I mean, if you asked me, when we were into it 6 months, I would have told you it wasn't going to last much longer. So.
Now it's been how long? Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy coming up on 40 years like this year.
Wow.
I guess it is this year, so
Trippy.
I think this summer will mark it as 40.
Yeah, 40th anniversary tour is in order, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're going to do some warp dates, or maybe we're going to go to Europe this summer. We're sorting it out now, whatever, fielding what's coming in.
Well, we look forward to seeing the Dickies in the new year. We're going to fly down to see you guys at some point because I've never seen you live, and I'm looking forward to doing it at least once.
Oh, good. Where are you at? You're Portland?
No, I'm about 20 minutes from the northern California border in southern Oregon, in Ashland.
We're headed up that way in February, but I think it's more of a place called Pacifica and somewhere else. I think it's near Carmel, maybe.
Pacifica,
Portland,
California?
that's
Okay.
That area's a little farther. We were there. We did Dante's recently. Is that your neck of the woods?
Dante's is about 4.5 hours up the road, but it's a favorite club of mine. Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, we did that a few months back.
Wow, wish I would have known that. Darn. Oh, well, next time.
I think we did it with the Queers. It was a cool night.
Oh, is Wimpy still with the Queers?
Huh?
Is Wimpy still with those guys?
Whippy?
Wimpy.
Wimpy. No one named Wimpy.
Okay.
There's a guy named Hoglog.
Awesome.
Hoglog, Danny, and Joe.
Well, you know what, Stan? I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us tonight on the Church of Rock. We've been wanting you on for a while, and we appreciate you deciding to do the interview.
Okay, cool. Do me a favor and spin Attack of the Mole Men.
Well, we can do that, but right now we've got something queued up that you had asked about earlier, so we're going to jump into Gigantor right now.
Good choice.
And then something also tonight in dedication of Joey Ramone. We're going to do PJ Soul's version of Rock and Roll High School as well for Joey.
All right. I haven't heard that.
Oh, yeah. Nice, man. Well, I hope to see you down the road. And if we get a chance to make it to one of your gigs, we'll try to say hi in person, man.
All right. Come on out. We're friendly.
Thank you so much, Stan Lee.
Sure.
And you have a great night, my friend, and best of luck to you.
All right. You too.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And that was the great Stan Lee from the Dickies. How cool, huh?
Very cool.
Wow, that was a good interview. I just thought of one other question.